Okay, in this lesson we'll learn how we can start to save out some rendering presets within 3ds Max. Alright, so as you start to get more comfortable with rendering and you start to begin working more and more on your own scenes, you're probably going to find that there are certain render settings that you really like to have always turned on and always set in a particular way. One of the things that really makes 3ds Max really nice is the fact that it is very, very easy to start to save some of your different render settings as a preset. So that way we can always recall those at any time. So if we take a look inside the render setup, if we take a look underneath this preset pull-down menu, there are actually several different presets that we can choose from, and these come with 3ds Max. So we can access these from the render settings, or we can also access these from the render current frame window, or the rendered frame window. So we have the render presets available here as well. So what we can do is, if we were to just simply close this out, let's say that we have a bunch of different render settings that we always like to have enabled. So as we talked about in the previous lesson, always making sure that we have this force two-sided feature turned on. If I happen to always like working with mental ray, so mental ray render is currently active. We have things like the anti-aliasing set appropriately. All these different features that you're probably going to find that as you start exploring more with Max and start to get more comfortable with rendering, like I said, there's a lot of different features that you'll probably want to make sure that you have turned on. You'll kind of start to find your own recipes for things that you like to have enabled or disabled. All right, so once we have all those things set, what we can do is go into this preset pull-down menu and just choose to save this as a preset. All right, so we can put this really anywhere that we want. We do have within our project that we're working out of a render presets folder that Max will create for you. So we can call this something like DT custom. All right, save that out. And it'll ask you if you want to actually save all of these different features out. We'll go ahead and save that. And there we go. Now if you'll notice, within this pull-down menu, we should have this new DT custom preset that's been added into this list. Right? And because this actually saves out as a file, I can actually use this on any system that I want. So I can go sit down in front of another system, go to load preset, find the preset that I want, and with literally just a couple of clicks, all of my render settings have been set up just the way that I want. Alright, so that now brings us to the conclusion of this Introduction to Rendering training for 3ds Max. Now, even though we really haven't had a chance to talk a great deal about things like lights or materials, or really talking a whole lot about specialized rendering functions, the skills that we've really learned in this course are designed to give you really just a good set of workflow habits to fall back on as you start to get further and further into 3ds Max. Now, if you've not already done so, I would highly recommend now going through Digital Tutor's Introduction to Lighting course, as well as our Introduction to Mental Ray course. Right? And in addition, we also have several other rendering related courses, as well as courses that cover a lot of different aspects of 3ds Max. So I hope you enjoy the training, and we'll see you next time.